Welcome back to the Malaysian Money Matters show. It's the 23rd of September 25.
Great to be here. We've got a lot to unpack today.
We certainly do. We're diving straight into the latest market news, hitting Malaysian companies first, then politics, and the international scene.
Sounds good. Let's start local.
Okay, first up, a pretty major court decision involving Petronas and Shell MDS Malaysia.
Right, this has been brewing for a while. The Court of Appeal has ordered Shell to settle overdue gas payments.
And the numbers are significant, aren't they?
They really are. We're talking between 70 and 80 million ringgit per month.
Wow, per month. Since when?
Since August 2024. So, the total potential recovery for Petronas is huge, possibly close to 1 billion ringgit.
And Shell has to pay up soon.
By October 6th, yes. The court lifted their injunction. It's a big financial and legal win for Petronas, basically reinforcing their position.
Okay, shifting gears to M&A. Eurospan Holdings shareholders got some advice recently.
Yes, they did. An independent advisor looked at the mandatory general offer from Samuel N. RM 2.3 per share.
And the verdict.
Not fair and not reasonable. Essentially, the price is lower than where the stock's been trading recently.
So the advice is hold out for a better price or sell on the open market.
Pretty much. The advisor is saying you could likely get more just trading your shares as usual right now.
Interesting. Now, on the governance side, HeiTech Padu's auditor resigned.
Yeah, Jafree, Salihin Kuzaimi. This followed a sanction by the Securities Commission's Audit Oversight Board, the AOB, against one of their partners.
So it wasn't a dispute with HeiTech itself?
HeiTech says no, it wasn't about their audit specifically, but it seems the audit firm is reviewing things after that AOB action. Shows the regulators are serious, doesn't it?
It does. Okay, let's look at some contract wins. Kelington Group, or KGB.
Good news for them. They secured a contract in Singapore worth $33 million.
Which is about, what, RM 108 million?
Exactly. It's for bulk gas distribution piping at an advanced memory chip packaging facility. Highly specialized work.
And that runs until when?
Completion is expected by December 2026. It's definitely a positive for their earnings and shows their strength in integrated engineering.
Great. Now, renewable energy SolarVest Holdings have a new partner.
A big one. They've teamed up with the Canadian investment giant Brookfield.
What's the plan?
To develop 1.5 gigawatts of renewable energy projects here in Malaysia. Think hybrid solar and battery storage.
That's ambitious. What does Brookfield bring besides cash?
Well, capital is huge, obviously, but it also gives SolarVest leverage, access to global corporate buyers under schemes like CRESS.
So tapping into that big corporate demand for green energy.
Precisely. Things they likely couldn't access easily on their own.
Makes sense. And sticking with positive momentum, Gamuda's outlook seems bright.
Very bright, according to analysts. They're talking about potentially another 40% jump in earnings next financial year, FY 2026.
Based on what?
Existing projects, plus potential wins like data center tenders and the big Penang LRT package.
So the consensus forecast is strong.
Yeah, looking at around RM 1.40 billion net profit shows real growth momentum after their record year.
Okay, just a few quick local mentions before we move on. ITMax System won a RM 50.97 million contract for smart city work in Batu Pahat.
Good for them.
Yeah.
And CMB is partnering with Ping Pong.
That's right, boosting cross-border payments in ASEAN. And Telecom Malaysia is joining Meta, SoftBank, and others.
The Candle submarine cable system.
Exactly. Connecting ASEAN to Japan, set to start in 2028. Lots happening on the connectivity front.
Definitely a theme there.
Okay, let's pivot to policy. Big news on fuel subsidies, the RON95 rationalization, or Budi95.
Yes, this is a major shift. The Prime Minister announced the details.
So who qualifies and for what?
All Malaysians aged 16 and up with a valid driving license. They'll get up to 300 liters of RON95 per month at the subsidized price, RM 1.999 per liter.
Starting soon.
September 30th. The idea is to target the subsidy better, curb leakage to non-citizens, stop smuggling, and save the government money, presumably.
OS. Economists estimate savings of maybe RM 2 billion to RM 4 billion a year. Still keeping the price very low globally, though.
It's a balancing act, for sure.
Now, related to government spending, an update on the ECRL project.
Progressing well, mostly. It hit 87% overall completion as of August.
But some challenges remain.
The transport minister mentioned a couple. Cable theft in Pahang is causing disruptions, which is frustrating.
And the tricky part.
The Bentong to Gombak section. That remains the most complex engineering challenge they face.
Okay. Looking further ahead, budget 2026. Any hints?
The finance minister to second gave one. He specifically said the semiconductor industry will get increased attention.
Why the focus there?
Well, it's huge for Malaysia, right?
Yeah.
Over 40% of our exports.
Yes.
The government wants to move up the value chain, basically.
More complex work, not just assembly.
Exactly. Strengthen the local ecosystem, make sure Malaysia is seen as a really reliable, sophisticated global supplier.
Makes strategic sense. Okay, let's broaden our view international news. Our CEP is back in focus.
Yes, Malaysia is hosting an RCEP summit next month. The goal is to expand membership and upgrade the existing trade deal.
This feels like a regional pushback against other trade pressures.
You could see it that way. It's definitely Asia strengthening multilateral trade ties, perhaps as a buffer against things like, well, U.S. tariffs.
Speaking of which, those tariffs are hitting Vietnam hard, aren't they?
Very hard. The UN estimates Vietnam could lose up to a fifth of its exports to the U.S.
Wow. What does that translate to in dollar terms?
Around US $25 billion in potential losses. It really underscores how vulnerable some economies are to these global trade conflicts. Vietnam seems to be the most impacted in Southeast Asia right now.
A sobering reminder. Finally, let's look at the markets, specifically gold and crypto. Very different stories there.
Completely different signals, yeah. Gold surged to a record high, over US $3,700 an ounce.
Driven by what? Fed rate cut hopes?
Exactly. Investors are betting on more cuts coming, maybe October and December. Gold loves that uncertainty and prospect of lower rates.
But crypto, not so much.
Nope. Sharp sell-off. Ether. Bitcoin. They saw about US $1.5 billion in bullish bets liquidated.
So safe havens are up, but speculative momentum took a hit.
That's pretty much it. Shows diverging risk appetites right now. Gold benefits, while crypto feels the volatility. So we've covered quite a bit today, from that big Petronas win to the new fuel subsidy system, Budi95.
And the global trade picture impacting us here.
Absolutely. I think the main takeaway for you is how interconnected everything is. Local market success really depends on navigating these global currents and maintaining solid corporate governance at home.
Well said. And if you want to stay right on top of all these developments as they happen,
make sure you subscribe to the Malaysia Money Matters podcast.
We'll be back very soon with another deep dive.
Hey there, thanks for tuning in. If you would like a deeper dive into all the investment opportunities from today's news, subscribe to my newsletter at moneymatters.substack.com. I will be sharing a deeper analysis of the key investment opportunities from today's news, including what makes these opportunities stand out and how they fit into the broader market trends. By subscribing to the Malaysia Money Matters newsletter, you will also get exclusive insights on my watch list and portfolio and fundamental reports on Malaysian listed companies.